though we're getting a little break from that wicked winter stretch we just went through, we're probably not totally out of the woods just yet. So let's think summer. 6 months, technically it was Thursday, but 6 months from now, we will be into the Great New York State Fair. Joining us now is the fair director, Julie LaFave. Julie, thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it.
Of course, thanks for having me.
So I'm always kind of curious when you have events this big. Obviously, the State Fair is humongous. 6 months out, where are you in preparations? Like, what's the focus for you and your team right now?
It's a little bit of everything. So right now we're finalizing the premium books for all of the competitions, all those ag shows, all of the baking shows. We're finalizing which food vendors will be here because we know everybody wants to know what the hot food is going to be. Sponsors, we're lining up entertainment. As you see, we've been announcing them. But it's really a little bit of everything all at once. We have specific teams for each aspect of the fair.
Okay.
But, you know, we have to keep in mind, too, that we're a year-round event center. So this weekend we have an RV show. So we have hundreds and hundreds of RVs moving in right now and a whole other group of staff working on that.
Wow. Don't know how you guys juggle it all. I know you're always looking to upgrade things out there, be it Restaurant Row, whatever it is. What kind of construction or upgrades are you able to do right now, or is that more in a couple of months? Kind of what are we looking at as far as upgrades here this year?
So we are really putting an emphasis continuing on the fact that we're the Department of Agriculture and Markets, and we want to focus and improve our facilities for the agricultural component. So this fair, before this fair takes place, you will see a new sheep and wool center. We're going to tear down the old one, which was in Restaurant Row. We're going to have a brand new space, and we're going to have 2 new horse stables as well.
Wow. Okay. About to get going on those, or?
They're underway.
Oh, they're underway now. Oh, okay.
We pretty much started construction as soon as the fair ended.
Oh, okay.
Right now, we're just on a brief pause until the snow ends, and then we'll get back going.
Yeah. What are 2 things that you heard from, I don't know if it's vendors or fairgoers or whoever it was that really stood out to you that you said, we're going to try to incorporate that or improve that for the 2025 fair? A couple things stand out?
Yeah, so we're always looking to see if we can activate new spaces, areas that maybe just didn't get enough foot traffic, or what can we do there to get more foot traffic. So we have drone shots of every single part of the fair. So we have one stitched together last year. So we've really analyzed what can we put in spaces that didn't have something before. Do we need to provide a power source? And then by doing so, we can have more food vendors. Another thing that we introduced last year that we got a really positive response on was our sensory space.
Oh, right.
So we're going to expand on our sensory day and our sensory space so that way the fair can continue to be even more inclusive for everybody.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that worked out so well. Besides food, one of the big attractions, I mean, there's so many, but certainly we know the concerts are huge, huge, huge. You've already announced a few. Cheap Trick was the first. Busta Rhymes just today. What's kind of the plan for this year as far as maybe number? Will we split them evenly between Suburban and Chevy Core? How does that, and when do we learn them? As you sign the contracts? What's kind of the concert plan?
Not as we sign the contracts, because a majority of them have been booked already, but no, we try to space out between now and to the fair. We have to continue to build excitement. You know, we may announce based on if there's something happening, you know, if there's a ag awareness day, we may do somebody who has a farming background. But we really just, same thing we always do. We want to attract people who like all types of music. There's not one genre that attracts everybody. As far as what you'll see, it's going to be very similar to last year. 2 shows a day at Chevy Court, 1 at Suburban Park. We did last year introduce a 9 p.m. show on Friday at Chevy Court. That went off really well, so we're going to replicate that and do it on both Fridays. So we're pretty excited about that. And when we announce the acts, I think people will be pretty excited for that.
Oh, very, very good. Love that. Love that tease. You're good at that. So I got time for one more, and it may take you at least a minute or so. You became interim fair director almost exactly this time last year. You got the job a few months later. What did you learn in that year that is helping you now with the 2025 fair?
I learned that I'm never going to be done learning about the fair industry. There are so many partners around the world, around the country that we are engaging with. We are building our relationship with the county fair. So we're learning tricks of the trade from the other people who are in this exact profession. And we're always listening to the fairgoers. So I've learned that we're never going to stop growing. We're never going to stop staying modern with trends while also honoring our roots.
Yeah, you should never stop learning and growing, right? I think that's a good lesson for all of us. Julie, thanks so much. Great to catch up with you. Less than 6 months from now, we'll be kicking off the fair, so we'll talk to you plenty between now and then.
Thank you.
Thanks, Julie.